expect that. Again, not major issue, but can cause issues with boot up, as I was saying. So that's definitely an issue. Hey, and Norton didn't find anything, so Norton came out clean. Default setup, didn't change anything on COMODO and Norton, just default setup. So default setup versus Kaspersky with, changing all these settings, or changing, sorry, not all these settings, changing 3 settings. I felt that Kaspersky would have beat Norton hands down, but it didn't. I wouldn't consider this a fail, but it's not a good thing. I'm gonna say that Norton definitely won because it didn't find anything, but just barely. Kaspersky's always up there with Norton, sometimes usually beating it, especially if I change the settings for it to be secure. It does have settings in there that does make it a lot more secure than the default setup, and I mean a lot more secure. So um, this is kind of an anomaly. It doesn't usually happen, but in this case, it did happen, and I did run a full system scan with Kaspersky. I do have all the settings sucked right back up, and it still let that through. So just goes to show that there is vulnerabilities in every antivirus. Norton antivirus asks you a lot of questions, and if you're stupid and don't listen to it, yes, you can always get that virus by telling it to run it or to do something other than removing it. So by no means is Norton and Kaspersky, way out in front of each other, but they're very, very close to each other, and I feel that they're number one. Between one of these two, they're among the top. I mean, COMODO, as well, considering it's free, should be definitely considered to be very highly rated as well. It it's very good. Kaspersky's very good. Norton Antivirus is very good. Norton Internet Security is very good. I don't usually suggest 360 to people because there's other products out there. Just the antivirus in general, Norton, Kaspersky, and COMODO seem to do very well. I like Nod 32 as well. It did fail in this test, but it usually does a lot better. And Bell Business is hopeless. Like, if you're using Bell Business Internet Security, please, for the love of God, get away from it. Heck, use a free antivirus. Go to AVG, go to Avast, go to go to anything, Avira, Microsoft Security Essentials. Go to any one of those. Komodo Internet Security, I wouldn't really recommend because it's a little bit more talkative, and if you're a simple user, you don't want to be answering as many questions as maybe what Norton Antivirus did. So maybe you might want to go to something like that, but definitely don't go to Bell Business. But that's the end of my test. Nod 32 I rate 7 out of 10, maybe 6. Kaspersky 9.5 out of 10. Norton Antivirus 10 out of 10. On this particular scan against these particular viruses, on this particular day, it did do perfect. It kind of messed up a little bit. It wasn't telling me stuff. So let me refine that. Let me tie Kaspersky with Norton Antivirus COMODO Firewall on this particular test because it didn't describe to me, and I don't like that. So I'm going to give 9.5 for Norton Antivirus COMODO Firewall. I'm going to give a 9.5 for Kaspersky because it did let one through, but it looked like it was flawless. It really looked good. Nod 32 let a lot through, but again, it did stop it afterwards. I don't know why the full system scan didn't take control of it, but whatever, it did actually remove it after a little bit, so it didn't let it run. That's the key thing. So there is a little bit that's still not quite right with it, so that's why the rating I'd say is 6 or 7 out of 10. Bell Business is hopeless all the way around. 2 out of 10, maybe 3 at the most.